Stop judging yourself. Let yourself be yourself. Get curious about yourself. Get to know yourself. Let yourself flow. Let yourself grow. If you want to change yourself, change yourself. Understand that all of that is impermanent. So you might say, well, what's the point? Well, the point is you're alive. You have a body. You're listening to this. You have a heart. Your consciousness touches your own heart and everyone's heart. And there's certain things that are satisfying to do and certain things that truly are not. And we're all connected. And so why not live a life that is more satisfying, connected, loving, and compassionate? What else is there to do of significant value? And the only thing that's also of significant value, perhaps greater value, perhaps not, is this possibility in human consciousness to have the realization that consciousness is enacting itself through us, and in a sense what we think of as a self is just a small part of consciousness. And it's possible then to have a kind of a detachment from the enactment of that self. And that leads to a kind of freedom of spirit that so many people yearn for. And even in that freedom, suffering does not end. And that's another misconception that people have, is that with awakening is the ending of suffering. It is not. As long as one tiny person is suffering anywhere in all of existence, then there is suffering. Suffering exists in consciousness. So just because somebody is awakened doesn't mean that suffering ends. There's no end to that. But there is some kind of freedom. So take up a practice that, like meditation, that leads you towards this freedom. Find a teacher who's experienced this that can guide you that way. And don't get trapped by those teachings. Understand that different ways of thinking can help you at different stages of your development. So you'll attach and believe one kind of propaganda at one level, and then you'll see through it. And then you'll have a more refined belief, and you'll see through it. And you'll have a more refined belief, and you'll see through it. And you'll have a more refined belief. And so it goes on and on and on. So don't rigidly cling to your beliefs, because that is not awakening. That's entrapment in a thinking structure. So notice how you are in the moment. And this is the doorway that somatic practices offer. You know, lineages like Dharma Ocean are emphasizing the somatic practices. And why is it important? Because all of our self that we're bringing, all our defenses, all our attachments, all of our clinging, all of our hatred, all of our desire, it's manifesting bodily right now. And it's only by noticing what's happening in our body right now, body and mind, right now, right now, right now, right now, that we can see what's going on. When we see what's going on, we're not confused because we see what's going on. And in that there's a great freedom. It doesn't mean that you get to control it all the time, but it means that you can start to see what you might want to adjust, and you can start to make adjustments, perhaps. And beyond that, at least you're not confused anymore about what's going on. And there's a deep peace in that, in my experience. A deep peace, not just for yourself, but for others. So please, give it a try.